you want to talk about, and one of your all-time biggest backfires that you don't want to have to be talking about at this particular moment, if you were Bernie Sanders, socialist extraordinaire. Zero Hedge is covering this. Burlington College is closing due to crushing debt incurred under presidency of Bernie Sanders' wife. Under her watch is the reason they're citing this enormous amount of debt and the reason they have to close up shop. Now, if you're a socialist, it all sounds good in the beginning. Hey, we're going to hire this person. You're the socialist. You're the leader. Good, great. He's got these great plans. It works. It looks good. And as the old saying goes, it only looks good as long as you have somebody else's money to fund the other people who don't have the money. So I'm assuming she took over. I'm going to fix things here to make the school great again. Good. Putting some policies here in place. We're going to borrow. We're going to borrow a little bit more than we should. But I got a place and plan. And, oh, wait a minute. Actually, yeah, the federal funding I was expecting, the free handout, we didn't get as much as we thought. Or I redid the numbers. Not looking good. I'm going to go ahead and step down now. So the socialist leaves, kind of like the way we leave Iraq or we leave Afghanistan or Pakistan or Libya, or wherever else we've been, just kind of like leaving in ruins. I think that might be what she did here. Let's take a look. And what may or may not be a harbinger of things to come should Bernie Sanders become president, earlier today, Burlington College, a small Vermont private school once led by the wife of Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders, said Monday it will close later this month, citing the crushing weight of debt incurred during the presidency of Jane Sanders, who was in charge of the college until 2011. According to the Washington Post, the college, which enrolled 224 students as of fall 2014, said it faced financial troubles connected to its 2010 purchase of 32 acres of lakefront property from the Archdiocese of Burlington. According to the Burlington Free Press. Or is that according to Burlington Coat Factory? It may not matter. The college said it had sold property to reduce its debt to a manageable level, but it was placed on probation in 2014 by its accrediting agency, and it faced cash flow problems due to the imminent loss of a line of credit. The reason for the small liberal school's terminal financial trouble is that to fund the property purchase from the Catholic diocese, Sanders took out $10 million in loans. As Heat Street reported last month, the college almost immediately fell short on its financial obligations as fundraising pledges and commitments Ms. Sanders cited in the loan agreements never materialized. I got to stop for a second. Do you remember what I just said about, 5 minutes ago? Loans weren't, we thought we had some loans in place, socialist paradise, right? We were supposed to get some federal funding or this funding. I swear to you, I didn't read this in full when I decided to send this to myself to do as a video. Almost every single time I send myself something, I don't read the entire article and then send it to myself to say, hey, do a video later. I read enough that says, okay, sounds good. I want to do a video on this later. And then I actually read it without pre-reading it, if you will. This is one of those videos. All I did, saw the title, Burlington College due to crushing debt incurred, and then I read the first paragraph where they're citing the crushing weight of debt incurred during the presidency of Jane Sanders, who was in charge. I said, this will be a great video to do. That's all I read. So is it amazing that we've got these socialists pegged out pretty easy, that I can actually give you a little fake example that actually turns out to be 100% true in real life and is exactly what happened here? Isn't that amazing that a socialist can be figured out that easy? No, actually it's not. It's not that amazing, to tell you the truth, because a socialist is a socialist is a socialist. If it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, and quacks like a duck, it's a duck. So if you're a socialist and you implement socialist policies, one can guess later on down the road that money expected and promises made didn't quite pan out. And now we're left with a crap fest of problems. Isn't that freaking amazing? Last month, the college almost immediately fell short when this happened on its financial obligations as fundraising pledges and commitments Ms. Sanders cited in the loan agreements never materialized. Is that not a socialist? Oh. Less than a year after leading Burlington College into massive debt, Ms. Sanders resigned, taking with her a $200,000 severance package, of course. By 2014, because of its shaky finances and running deficits, Burlington College found itself placed on probation for 2 years by the Regional Accreditation Agency. Jane Sanders, not to be confused with Colonel Sanders, because the Colonel's doing chicken right, but she is not doing the college system right. Jane Sanders was president of the college from 2004 to 2011. Her husband, Bernie Sanders, a former mayor of Burlington, served in the U.S. House of Representatives from 1991 to 2007, and since then has represented Vermont in the U.S. Senate. He is now competing with Hillary Clinton for the Democratic presidential nomination. Jane Sanders stepped down in 2011 amid a dispute with the college's board. After her husband launched his presidential campaign, news stories emerged that scrutinized her role in a loan application for the lakefront real estate purchase. Jane Sanders has dismissed those stories as politically motivated and said the issue was not a factor in her departure from the college. A Burlington College news release issued this morning called these financial hurdles insurmountable at this time. We anticipate notice from the Regional Accreditation Agency that we have not met the Commissioner's financial standard, the news release said, and therefore our accreditation will be lifted as of January 2017, and the college will not be able to award academic credit after this time. But I'm going to go ahead and do that little real estate deal quickly. As the president of the school, I see this turd coming from a mile away. Let me see if I can sell off some assets here to my buddies at a fire sale price because the school's going away anyways. That old chestnut. The school's website describes the college as a small, creative, private, liberal arts institution located in Burlington, Vermont, on the shore of Lake Champlain. Liberal school. Failing gives me great pleasure. The college has been recognized as having the most free-spirited students and one of the healthiest states in the country. The college started in 1972, according to its website, as a tiny, close-knit group of students meeting in the living room of our founder, Dr. Stuart Lakatsky. Dr. Lakatsky's approach to learning attracted a non-mainstream college population, returning Vietnam War veterans, single parents with dependent children, and others seeking alternative higher education opportunities. Known then as the Vermont Institute of Community Involvement, the school was dedicated to integrating learning, personal development, and engagement in the community into a comprehensive educational experience. Until Ms. Sanders took over. The school's been around since 1972. Put her in there a few years later, it's finished. Fantastic. The college ended over-indebted and in financial ruin, similar to the fate of a Latin American failed socialist paradise currently in the news on a daily basis you might know as Venezuela. Where things could get tricky for old Bernie is that, as Heat Street adds, Catholic parishioners in Vermont have called for an investigation into whether Ms. Sanders committed federal bank fraud by deliberately misrepresenting the amount the college had secured in fundraising pledges as she sought financing for the land purchase. So, why would you even do that? You're seeking financing for this land purchase, and the school's going away anyways. So, was there some real estate agent she knew that would make a nice little kickback? I mean, again, this doesn't make any sense. As Ms. Sanders pursued financing for the land acquisition, she repeatedly said that Burlington College had received more than $2 million in fundraising commitments and pledges. That's kind of like, then they call that front running, or like, high frequency order stuffing in the high frequency trading world. Giant order comes out on the screens, massive sell order on this particular commodity. Oh my God, everyone runs for the exits, sell all of our contracts, sell, and then they pull it off. Nah, we changed our mind. So the order never did anything, just flashed up on everyone's screen. Oh, it's going to sell, it's going to cause the market to crash. Everybody sell, and they changed their mind, pull the order up. Is that what I just saw here? I think it is. I've got 2 million pledges. You're going to give me $2 million, right? Yep. Okay. I got pledges for $2 million. All right. Sign here. Thank you. About that $2 million. Oh, pull it back. Change your mind. Gone. Oh, okay. Never mind. Don't worry about it anyways. As Ms. Sanders pursued financing for the land acquisition, she repeatedly said that Burlington College had received more than $2 million in fundraising commitments and pledges, according to numerous records. But in fiscal year 2011, Burlington College raised only $279,000, though the college had earlier claimed to have secured $1.2 million in confirmed pledges. In January, Vermont lawyer Brady Toensing, who is also vice chair of the Vermont Republican Party, wrote a letter on behalf of Catholic parishioners to the U.S. Attorney in Vermont, as well as the Inspector General of the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, also known as FDIC, seeking a probe into whether Ms. Sanders fraudulently secured the loans. The U.S. Attorney, Eric Miller, confirmed that he had received the parishioner's letter but could not comment on the status of any investigation. Below is the full text of the closure announcement. In recent years, Burlington College has struggled under the crushing weight of the debt incurred by the purchase of the Archdiocese property on North Avenue. Through sales of property, the college has worked to reduce this debt to a manageable level. So there were some other sales. Again, club members picking that up? What was it? In April, the college's lender informed the college it would not renew the college's line of credit. The college relies on its line of credit to shoulder the cyclical nature of cash flow between semesters. Since July 2014, the college has been on probation with its accrediting agency, the New England Association of Schools and Colleges, due to not meeting its financial resources standard. The Federal Department of Education allows a college only 2 years of probation. Hence, we anticipate notice that we have not met the Commission's financial standard, and therefore our accreditation will be lifted as of January 2017, and the college will not be able to award academic credit after this time. These hurdles are insurmountable at this time. On May 13, 2016, the Burlington College Board of Trustees decided to close the college's programs effective May 27, 2016. The higher education community has extended their support to the college, and all of our current students will be able to continue their education at a neighboring college and graduate as scheduled. Newly deposited students for fall 2016 will also be welcomed by colleges within Vermont of their choosing. It is with a great sense of loss to the educational community that Burlington College's progressive and unique and liberal education model will no longer be available to students. That's kind of how it works in socialism. I'm afraid to inform the rest of you, this glass of water that you used to get for free is no longer available. Matter of fact, in the socialist paradise, even if you want to pay for this, it's no longer available. But I got my 200,000 severance package and, healthcare. Don't worry about me. I'll be good. I'll be fine. I was the president. What a stinking, rotten nightmare. Oh, Bernie. This is not something you want to come out right about now, Bernie. But isn't it amazing that his only competition is Hillary? So if he goes away, there ain't no one else running but her to be the Democratic nomination. And this is a classic example of the old lesser of two evils. By far, Bernie's the lesser of two evils, unless you're just looking at his socialist programs. Then that, on the other hand, maybe he's not the lesser of two evils. Take care.